What's going on, everyone? We are into week 11. Absolutely crazy that we're in week 11 already, making the playoff push. For those of you who didn't notice, I kind of changed some stuff. I wanted to add some more color to the videos and things like that. Some of the feedback I've gotten, so I did. But let's get to it. First, teams on the bye: the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Giants, and the Bucks. The Cardinals, I don't think, want to be on a bye because they have been playing out of their minds. Won 4 in a row. I don't think they want to be on bye. The rest of these teams, I think, definitely want to be on bye. But those are our bye week teams. Thursday Night Football, I'm recording this on Wednesday, so tomorrow will be the Commanders and the Eagles. I am going to go with the Eagles on this one. I think this is going to be a close game. Thursday night division matchup. Some people like these, some people don't. We'll see, on short rest for both of these teams. But I am going to go with the Eagles because they're at home. I think this game is going to be extremely close. It's going to tell us a lot about the NFC East. Is Washington going to maintain their control, or are the Eagles going to start taking over and climbing up the ladder to take over first place from the Commanders? Then we have the Bears and the Packers. It's the Packers here. The Bears have zero offense. I looked at some stats earlier today, actually. And by he, I mean Caleb Williams, is playing worse than Justin Fields throughout his first, same amount of games of his career. They've got to do something to generate time in the pocket. He's got to make quicker decisions. He's still a rookie. I get it. We're not about to call him a bust yet. We're not there yet. But I do think the Packers win this game. The Lions and the Jaguars. It's the Lions, because why wouldn't you pick the Lions at this point? I think everyone sees them as the front runner for the NFC as a whole, not just in their division, but for the whole conference. So I think that Jacksonville just doesn't look good right now. It looks like they're going to be without Lawrence again. Trevor Lawrence will not play again. At least that's what it's looking like early on. We'll see come Sunday. But the Lions just have so many weapons offensively that the Jaguars aren't going to be able to keep up. The Raiders and the Dolphins, two teams that are down pretty bad. Although the Dolphins did win last week in kind of a game that they should have lost. But the Raiders are bad. They have a bad quarterback. Quarterback play is the difference here on offense. The Raiders have a decent enough offense. They have a decent enough defense, but I don't think it's going to be enough to slow down the Dolphins. The Dolphins need to find a way to get Tua to get the ball to Tyreek Hill early, whether it's a wide receiver screen, an end around, whatever it might be. But they need to get the ball to Tyreek Hill. If they do that, the Raiders are in trouble. The Rams and the Patriots. The Rams need a win. The Cardinals are on bye. If the Rams want to stick their nose into this division in the NFC West, they need a win, and they're going to have to go to New England in November to do it. So I am picking them. I think they have more weapons offensively. The Patriots are not an easy out, right? They're very good defensively. They're very disciplined. But the Rams, I think, with Puka, with Kupp, with Kyren Williams, who basically scores almost every week, they should have enough to overcome the Patriots. The Browns and the Saints. No one wants to watch this game. Well, the Saints did win last week. They beat the Falcons. It is in New Orleans again, and they tend to play a little bit better there. And the Browns, I just don't think they have enough. I don't think either team is very good. I could see this game being close. It could go either way, but I gave the Saints the home field advantage, the plus 3 points for being at home. But I just think that New Orleans, I think, is a little bit better than the Browns. Steelers and the Ravens. This is the big one in the AFC North. It is in Pittsburgh. These teams traditionally beat each other up. They do not like each other. We get to see, this is the Steelers' first division game. They've played 9 games because they had 9 plus the bye. they have not played a division game. Their division games are all backloaded on their schedule. So they are clearly highly motivated. Russ is looking a lot like the old Russ. Pickens, Mike Williams is a Chargers fan. I'm like, damn, okay, it's Mikey. I mean, I love that guy. Please take care of him, Pittsburgh. But then there is the Ravens' offense, which is very difficult to stop. Even probably for the Steelers. This game is going to be close. But I think the Ravens have enough. I think they're going to get to Russ. They're going to sack him. Like 4 sacks. I'm saying 4 sacks for the Ravens. And they are going to beat the Steelers. I want to say 24-21. I think that's a 24-21 football game. The Titans and the Vikings, neither team looked particularly impressive, although Will Levis did not throw a pick against the Chargers. He was sacked 7 times, though. There's your difference. The Vikings need to figure life out offensively. They're still winning, right? They only scored 12 points last week, and they won a football game. Okay. Remember, like we always say around here, the only stat that matters is winning. So, I mean, like, that's not bad for the Vikings at all, but they got to get it together offensively. They have some explosive players. Justin Jefferson needs the football, right? And he needs it early. Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, get him the ball. Get him the ball early. But they should beat the Titans. The Colts and the Jets, no one wants to watch this football game. No one. The Jets are done and the Colts are done. We might start seeing tanking for better draft picks. Now, the Colts are going back to Anthony Richardson because they finally figured out, look, if we're still going to lose with Flacco, we might as well lose with our basically rookie quarterback to find out what we really have. So I think he has a lot of pressure on him to perform. The Jets' defense is tough, especially on the outside, if Sauce Gardner chooses to play football. But I think that they are going to beat the Jets. They're going to go into New Jersey and beat the New York Jets because they don't know what state they live in. Giants too. Falcons and the Broncos, both teams coming off of tough losses last week. Both teams didn't score very many points. Bo Nix is still a fraud. And I think Kirk Cousins is better. He's going to be the reason. They need to continue to get Bijan involved. They need to continue to get Pitts and Drake London involved. Feed your key players. That's the key to success for the Falcons. Both of these defenses are decent enough. But I just don't. I mean, like, yeah, no, like I think you guys know that I have a hatred for the Broncos, and I'm allowed to. I'm a fan, but I do not think they are better than the Falcons. I think the Falcons are looking for a get-back game, and I think the Broncos are the perfect team to do it against. The Seahawks and the 49ers. Now, as long as Deebo Samuel is not trying to punch his long snapper and his kicker in the face, they should be okay. They have CMC back. He didn't score last week. I know a lot of people put in bets for him to score on his return. I expect him to score against the Seahawks. These two teams play each other tough, division rivals. Same thing applies here for San Francisco that applies to the Rams. If they want to stay in this division, they need to win while the Cardinals are on bye. If they want to poke their nose into this division that is very winnable for every team, probably except for the Seahawks, because I think they're 3 games back, maybe 2. Okay? San Francisco, with all that talent, they need to, I mean, like, we are beyond the time for them to be involved. It's time to be involved. If Brock Purdy wants to be a star, it's time. It's time. He has most of his weapons back. I know they don't have Ayuk back, but they have the guy in Christian McCaffrey. They need a win, and I think they're going to get it. Chiefs and the Bills. I think the Chiefs' winning streak comes to an end. Their luck runs out. I think that Josh Allen has played at an MVP level. I think he's probably top 2 for the award currently. Mahomes has not played well, right? He'll limp off what looks like a bad ankle and a bad wheel, and then they block a kick and he runs around like nothing happens. What a faker. We all know that I do not have love for the Chiefs, even though my wife is from Kansas City, and she is a diehard Chiefs fan. But I think it's time for them to lose. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing for Kansas City. I think they need to see a loss to maybe get some of that fire back and that spark back, and the Bills have looked so good. Josh Allen tied O.J. Simpson for franchise touchdowns. What is he, third all-time in Bills history in touchdowns? In rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, he's playing incredible. Keon Coleman is amazing. They just have weapons up the wazoo. Their line is playing good. Their defense is stout. I think the Chiefs are about to run into a team that they're going to have trouble finding that little piece of luck, the refs, to help them get a win and stay undefeated. I think they lose this week. Sunday night football. We have the Bengals and the Chargers. They actually flexed this game last week. It was supposed to be like a mid-afternoon game, but they flexed this game. Okay? Yes, I picked the Chargers. Okay? However, the Bengals can score. They have scored so many points. The Bengals are going to have to pay Jamar Chase way more money than they would have had to pay him if they had gotten his contract done in the offseason. They should have paid that man. Because every game that goes by, it doesn't matter if they win. His stats are through the roof. He leads the league in receptions, in yards, and receiving touchdowns. They're going to have to pay that man. He is hard to stop. Joe Burrow looks incredible. They're just not winning games. They're not doing what the Chargers are. The Chargers are winning games they are supposed to win. They're not playing down to the competition. They're putting bad teams away. I'm not saying the Bengals are a bad team, but they will play up to the Bengals, and I think the Chargers will do just enough. I expect this game to be close. Expect the Bengals to take an early lead in the first half and the Chargers to battle their way back. That is how I expect this game to go. 27-24 is probably the right wheelhouse to be in. The Chargers, I think, are favored right now on the line by 4. That's probably about right. Herbert has been efficient. He's not he's not taking the top off the ball this year. That's not how Jim Harbaugh is going to run the show. It's just not going to happen. It is up to Herbert to be efficient. It is up for these receivers to catch tough balls on third down. Quentin Johnston is starting to show up. Okay? Disley has been incredible at tight end for the Chargers. So I fully expect them to run the ball with J.K. Dobbins and beat the Bengals. Monday Night Football. The Texans and the Cowboys. The answer is the Texans. The Texans need a win now. After that bad loss to the Lions, for all intents and purposes, they should have won that game, right? It was 26-23. They need a get-back game, okay? They flat out, straight up need a get-back. And they are going to get it because the Cowboys are hurt. They're bad. They're probably tanking for a better draft pick, okay? I'm going to read you guys some stats because everyone is saying that Mr. Stroud, CJ Stroud, is in a slump, okay? In his first 10 games last year and his first 10 games this year, he is 6-4, okay? Last year, he had a 99.3 passer rating. This year, 89.1 passer rating. Last year, 2023, 17 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. This year, 12 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Last year, 2,962 passing yards with a 62.8% completion percentage. This year, 2,371 passing yards and a 62.9% completion percentage. So a little bit less touchdowns, a little bit less yards, same exact record. Stop saying CJ Stroud is on a sophomore slump. His numbers are the same. He doesn't look any different. You could tell he's respected by his team. He is a leader. Okay? Stop it. CJ Stroud is a star in this league. Okay? He's had Nico Collins hurt. He's had Tank Dell hurt. Diggs is still hurt. Okay? He's a star, and they're going into Dallas. And I think they're looking for a get back. I think they're going to beat the crap out of the Cowboys. Like, they are going to beat the brakes off of the Dallas Cowboys. So I fully expect that to happen. 35-13 is my score for that one, I would say. All right, guys, that is week 11. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about my picks. What are your picks for this week, okay? Let me know what your picks are for this week and who your favorite team is, okay? Mine's the Chargers. Shocking, I know, right? But thank you guys so much. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.